imbalance, which is a bearish fair value gap, or a buy side imbalance, which is a bullish fair value gap, and we close over that gap, yes, good tweets, good tweets. Keep them coming. 2 Degrees doesn't know about fair value gaps. We got to teach him. Good tweets. I think Matt Lober uses. I know Matt Lober uses fair value gaps actually. I don't use the same model as him, so I have no fucking clue what a version gap is. But nonetheless, I use bullish fair value gaps, bearish fair value gaps, and inversion gaps. I also apply a couple different things. We have new day opening gaps, new week opening gaps. Should I cover those, or should we just move on? We want to learn about new day and new week opening gaps. We can, by all means. Oh, okay, got you. We'll cover it quickly. That's fine. So a new day opening gap. We'll start with that. First of all, you can turn that on if you search NDOG. New NDOG and dynamic event horizon by 2 degrees will plot automatic new day opening gaps for you. Shout out to, we love his tools. I use these settings, last 7 new day opening gaps, and I have all this stuff turned off with the opacity on this all the way down. And basically all they are is gaps specifically between price levels, okay? Specifically between the close and open. Okay, so if I'm looking at the 459 candle here, a new day opening gap is always going to form at the 1800 candle, which is Asia open, here. The new day opening gap is measured very simply. If I just hide the indicator real quick, all it is the close at 459 and the open at this 6 p.m. Okay? This creates your new day opening gap. This is a static level that remains on my chart for a long time. Like you can see here, I use the last 7. Okay, so if I turn this back on and get rid of replay, you'll notice that this level is referenced multiple times. And it's actually the same level that provides our daily candle. Okay, so that's what a new day opening gap is. A new week opening gap is simply a new day opening gap that happens on Sunday. Okay, so if we take our Friday close all the way over here, there's an indicator for this one too. Type in NWOG, you'll get the new week opening gap and dynamic event horizon indicator by 2 degrees. It's this one right here. Settings are almost the same, except I use 8 instead of 7. So if you look at this, this is exactly the same. We have our Friday 4:59 close and our Sunday 6 p.m. open. The space between the close and the open is your new week opening gap, which as you can see is already drawn out by the indicator. So that's how you use those. All right. So now let's get into the actual model. Yes, thank you, Algo. Getting into the actual model, these fair value gaps are exactly what these fair value gaps are exactly what I'm going to be using as step 1. Remember, it's a 3-step model. Step 1, obviously going to be the most important, and it is not any type of fair value gap. It's going to be a high time frame fair value gap, specifically the 15-minute and higher. Okay, why do I consider a 15-minute a higher time frame? Because I'm executing on the 1 through 5. Okay. So if we look at the 15-minute and higher, we get some nice gaps to look at. Let's go back to a day that we respected our stat map levels, and I will talk about how to find those fair value gaps. I believe this day was good. Yes. So this was Friday the 21st. We'll just go back there. We'll hop back to 9:30, or just before 9:30. We'll do 9:29. Hop it into replay. If you'll notice here, oh my goodness, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in. Probably giving somebody a seizure right now. I apologize. Um, if you notice, we are at our daily distribution level just before the market opens. Okay. Again, bullish bias because we midnight opened, tagged our bullish manipulation, and then came down to our bearish distribution. Right. If we start with our daily, just hide all this real quick. All this. If we start with our daily, there is no obvious bullish fair value gap that's holding price up. You have this over here. However, over here, we closed below consequent encroachment. So this would not be a valid bullish gap to be holding price up. Therefore, we can move down to the 4-hour. Okay. On the 4-hour, we have this bullish 4-hour fair value gap that price tagged into. Now notice, why am I not drawing just this tiny little gap right here, even though that's the space between the wicks? This is a tricky one. I'll explain it real quick because I didn't cover this. The reason being, because if we look right here, you have a volume imbalance of which the the close and the open of these two candles are separate, i.e. they are not the same price. If we look at the close here, that's 19,499, and the open here is 19,51875. You can see that up in the top left. Okay? Big difference. When we're drawing our fair value gaps, we always want to include these volume imbalances. And we actually also have one up here as well. The close here is 60875 and the open here is 60950. If we zoom in, you can see it a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to include that as well. So we just drag this up. We're including the fair value gap and both volume imbalances in this 4-hour gap. Okay, now if I pop back down to the 1 minute, look at where we are in relation to this level. In fact, at 9:25, we tag this 4-hour gap. So this is the gap that I'm going to be looking for to support price higher based on the bias that was given to me by the stat map. Does that make sense? We have bullish fair value below us. How is that a fair value gap with the wick, though? So if you look, if I were to just draw this fair value gap, like normal, you have this guy here, correct? Let's just stay on that term for a second. Does this make sense here, this drawing? Okay, awesome. So when we have a volume imbalance included in one of the 3 candles provided in our fair value gap, we always want to include that in the drawing, even if that means it's all the way down here. Okay, so this volume imbalance is going to be included in the drawing for this 4-hour fair value gap, even though it's part of the wick, because a volume imbalance is a gap in and of itself. And if we have a gap within a gap, there's no reason for us to not draw the whole thing. This is something that ICT teaches as well. This is not just me. And then we also have a tiny one up here, so we'll include that too, just to the body. Okay. Come back, play this through. I'm not actually sure where price. There we go. Or no, we were on the 21st. We were on the 21st. I remember that much. Bam. Okay. So here we are on the 21st, and we have our 4-hour fair value gap holding price up. That's step 1. I can't type. Forgive me. Step 1, high time frame fair value gap on the 15-minute or higher. In this case, we have a 4-hour fair value gap. Starting with our higher time frames, working our way down, and finding whichever one is going to be holding up price for the day. Okay, or for at least the 3 hours that we're going to be trading, or available to trade. It's more like 2.5. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2. Does step 1 make sense, first of all, to everybody? Just give me a 1 in chat if it does. Beautiful. Step 2 is just as simple as step 1. Lol. And that step 2 is SMT. Give me a 2 in chat if you don't know what SMT is. I know 2's going to say it. Okay, bring up the tweets. Everybody go to Twitter and say that 2 Degrees doesn't know about SMT either. Tag me. Anyway, going on to SMT. I'll do a quick introduction to it. SMT stands for Smart Money Techniques. Wow, I can type when I'm focused, that's for sure. And it is very stat map traders. Actually, yeah, that is what it stands for. Now that I think about it, it stands for stat map traders. No, it's a very simple concept. It is basically a Kraken correlation between correlated markets. So if I have this bad boy right here, I just copy this, paste it over. Let me make sure it's aligned.